We kept yelling.
Yeah, he has two more. He has two more.
Oh, that's true.
And we're live.
Well, what an opener.
Oh, man.
Nice. Welcome to the show, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we realized that
Doesn't get any better.
It was just scheduled, myself and
Yes.
Michael, but we absolutely despise each other.
Yes.
So we thought, why not bring in other people that despise us?
Who also despise each other.
Which was easy to find. There's a huge list of people that just detest Brian and Michael.
Yep.
There's actually a line in the waiting room at StreamYard.
Yeah.
We'll let him in later, maybe.
We're
Yeah.
You can
breaking the
heckle in the
servers.
comments. Heckle in the comments.
These are the first two that
Please.
popped up, so we just
Nice.
decided to roll with them.
Good,
Finally,
good.
I'm at the top of a list.
I'm always waiting. That's why. I'm always waiting to just dog down on Michael or Brian at any point. I have a notepad here somewhere with a list of insults.
And we love you for it.
Yeah.
This is how you practice narration. Insults.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a list of insults.
It's literally why I chose him to be the narrator for side trilogy I've got coming up.
Yeah, I called him a goat punching buffoon, and he was like, I like that. I like your style. I like
Sounds
the cut of your
accurate.
jib. What are you doing next January? Are you free next January to read out loud?
I think
Yep.
goat punching buffoon just kind of, it's automatic. Like you can just
Yeah.
tell by looking.
I've gotten more than one job off of that insult. I'm not going to lie.
It
See,
resonates.
this is fantastic though, because I'm really looking forward to everyone finally meeting Joe Dan, because I've the feeling that nobody knows him because he's like a nobody. But like the thing is that when they hear his voice, they'll stop pestering me about, Brian, you should do audiobooks. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, there's someone even better. Look.
Yeah.
How long
There's
does
something
veteran.
about the timbre of a deep Southern accent that people just flock to, apparently. They're like,
Jillian,
I
how
feel like
long
I'm in
did
a
it
Cracker
take
Barrel
us?
right now.
But
How long
the
did it
other thing
actually
is,
take us to tell you to narrate, dude?
no. But the other
It
thing as
did,
well
Ryan.
is that like,
I've heard it a few times, and I didn't believe. I don't know. I guess I knew I wanted to do it, but it's a different ball game to say, hey, this is something that I'm capable of. And it's funny because on a serious note, we joke around a lot, but one thing that's really beautiful about the author community is the support. I mean, we expect things out of each other, and it's not like a casual expectation either. We check up like, hey, what are you working on? What are you doing? So if you're not working on things, and there's times when somebody reaches out to you and you've slacked and they ask you what you're working on, it's a reminder. It's a healthy reminder that, hey, these people know you're capable of doing something and you need to step up and do it. And I need that. I need accountability because I don't care about me, but knowing that I might let someone else down, I don't like that at all.
That's the worst.
So I like the pressure, man. Put it on me.
I will put it on you. It's
I was
like,
about to
Put
say,
it on me.
yeah,
so it's
Joe Dan wants somebody to put something on him.
Smear it on
I
him.
got you, bud.
Oil him
yeah.
up.
Mind his business. Brian has lots of business to mind.
I'm sorry. Like,
Little of it is his.
how's that next chapter coming along, Ryan?
See?
Yeah, it's like I'm great at accountability for other people. When it comes to me, I'm like, I will just give you to my representative, Joe Dan. He'll tell you to go fuck yourself.
In a nice way. I have it.
Nice voice, not a nice way.
I have a I generally, anybody who knows me, I don't generally cuss. So when I got the script for TJ's new thing, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you sling me a chapter of this?" I was like, I have to relearn how to do this. Like, it's not my general language.
Yeah.
Well, I was a sailor though, so it never goes away.
I was trashed with Chatfield. We were both drinking for way too long when TJ sent me over like the snippet of your voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And then I was like sending it to everyone being like, look how great Joe Dan is.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And then like other random people were like messaging Michael being like, oh, hey, I heard about, or like TJ being like, hey, Joe Dan's great. And he's like, how do you know?
That's funny.
And I'm like,
obvious, TJ,
oops.
pay attention. God.
That's
No.
That guy.
But no, it's great.
Yeah, I cranked you up on the studio monitors and played it for Darla immediately. Like,
Oh,
This is
nice. Oh, so
TJ
you got it
Split.
too? You heard it? Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
me attempting to curse for the first time.
Not TJ's sample, but the one that you sent me first, like the first one you did. I was
Oh,
like, this
okay,
is
nice. Yeah,
awesome.
you need to hear that one. It's got some color to it.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hook
Yeah.
me
TJ
up.
put it on me.
Yeah, Joe Dan's also, for a lot of people may not know this, but Joe Dan's also a musician, and he's got some pretty fantastic songs.
We should be finishing our first album soon, and it's called The Ballad of Joe Dan, but it's sort of loosely based off of my experiences and the experiences of people that I served with. So when it's called The Ballad of Joe Dan, just be aware that it's really stories of me and those that I know. You otherwise there are going to be some very offended people out there that think I'm talking about them, and they should feel that way because I am.
Yeah.
Wow,
If you think I'm
Absolutely.
talking about you, you have absolutely figured it out.
you really are an author. It's like, wow, that character has such a likeness to me. And it's like, yes, they do, don't they? But yeah, what is the genre of music?
It is definitely 90s to 2000s inspired rock. It's a lot of like when you listen to it, there's like elements of Tool, Smashing Pumpkins, a little Metallica. We got some driving stuff in there too. There's some pretty good stuff, and so I'll send some to Nathan, but he's got a guitar in the background, so he's going to be much more brutal
fake.
about it. He'd be like, "You
It's a
sound like a
cardboard cutout.
stupid idiot, Jodan."
So, do you play the electric triangle, or what is your instrument?
I almost said something real bad there. I sing. I sing. Yeah.
I look forward to that.
Triangle? That's a
Electric Triangle. Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, he seemed like someone that would be metal, especially with that gun show.
Oh, stop!
It's someone that works through rage.
Great.
It's like just gotta keep doing. Yeah. But
man.
But no,
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, the greatest instrument of all.
you are a tool.
Says someone who can't play an instrument.
Yeah.
That's me, by the way. I agree 100%. Just try to keep up, boys.
Man. But like, do you have many things booked now, Joe? As in, like, is it like, I mean, for the narration thing, as in, like, is it something that you're still in the fledgling steps, or?
I've got a lot of solid, and I know this is not something you can really monetize, but I have solid handshake deals. For instance, I don't have contracts with people, but I have a number of people that I've had good conversations with, and I don't come up to people being like, "Hey, can I do work for you?" or whatever. I don't feel like I'm at that stage yet, but I have people that are like, "I'm working on something right now." And my thing is that I will utilize my friendships with people to get in the door, but not to get a job. I just want to audition. That's it. And if I'm right for your book, that's great, because a lot of people don't necessarily need an author or a narrator with a deeper voice. It's not going to work for everybody, but I can lighten it up if I need to. We'll see what happens as I get better and better at this. I'll have much more flexibility and range. I'm no, Travis Baldry yet, of course. But I would love his cast-offs, the stuff that he doesn't want. He's like, "Here, Joe, just take these things." I would love to do, if I could probably have a career on the work he turns down. So that's where I'm going. I'm just going to try and befriend Travis and just take the
20 narrators.
Yeah,
could live off
exactly.
the work he turns down.
Is there
Hey,
anybody
guys.
that you've chatted with that you would do like to do duet narration with?
A couple of people that I really, I mean, of course, Andrea Parsnow. I mean, who wouldn't want to work with her?
Amazing.
She's like the Stevie Nicks of narrate. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's somebody that anybody would be happy to, to do work with, of course.
Yeah.
And as far as most of the guys that I've talked to are so much. I feel like they're so much further into
Go to bed, Rachel.
their careers that
No one wants you here.
I would be. I feel like Andrea's male voices are probably better than my male voices, so I don't. Maybe that would be maybe too much, but
She is a
but I'm not afraid to work with people that are better than me because you get better faster when you work with people that are better than you. So that's my whole way that I get over my imposter syndrome of people saying, "Hey, you're great at this." I know that if I surround myself with the right people, whether or not I feel like I'm great, I could get there. And so
I actually do the opposite. I surround myself with terrible authors. So
you feel good.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I feel better about myself. It's great.
TJ is watching right now. He's furiously messaging you.
He's furiously doing something as he watches this panel. No, I am not a Facebook user.
No, Brian doesn't narrate anything. He doesn't have that strong of a work ethic.
He's too lazy to narrate. He has to write instead.
Wow. Rachel is on fire in here, dudes.
Yeah.
She's shrekking necks. Whatever that means. But
yeah, no, it's no, the ego is strong with me.
What's funny is so I got to hang out with Brian and Kevin and a couple of those European guys.
Those guys.
I am not a small dude. Like I'm 6'3", like 230 pounds, and I was easily the smallest man in the group, and it wasn't even close. Like
Brian and Kev are huge.
Yeah, Jazz is a big dude too.
And Jazz is a big dude too.
Yeah,
I literally would be like the flyer if we made a cheerleading group.
Like you could have just left it at height and just be like, "Oh, they're such massive guys," but you were like, "Gymongous! Oh my god!" Like no
people
door
look
frame
at
is
you
safe.
and it changes them.
He's actually taller when he lays down.
No.
I love your self-defecation.
It's like there's some people you're like in the back of your head. Well,
Michael Head could kick all our butts, but it would be on accident.
He like trips over something and headbutts me in the temple.
Here's the completely harmless self-defense maneuver. Oh no!
Knocks over my candle, sets Nathan on fire.
How did you get a signed book to explode? Help.
It's either him or Amanda won.
Yes, my wife is far more dangerous than I'll ever be.
She makes you look like an acrobat.
Yeah, at least she can patch you back together, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Both Joe Dan and my wife, for anybody who's watching, were Joe was a corpsman and my wife was a combat medic, which are
similar.
Yeah, they're almost the same thing in the military.
So basically, if you die with us around, we wanted you dead.
Yeah.
So Michael married for practical purposes.
Yeah.
The only reason he's still alive.
I just love to see Michael's insurance. And they're kind of like, "Nah, man, you're good. You don't need to pay us anything. You're immortal."
No shit. I tried to get an umbrella policy and they said no.
Gee, I wonder why.
I'm sure.
Every time I text you just to check in, I don't hear from him for like 3 weeks, and then he writes me back, "Sorry, I had double pneumonia in my heart." Why did you?
I hope the infection doesn't spread to the screws holding my neck together. Holding my head to my neck. And I'm like,
Michael is the only guy I know with his own personal version of that corporate factory safety sign that's X days since my last accident.
That's why they call it a head count.
It only has one digit.
That was funny. Sorry. I feel like I need to call that out because I usually just laugh politely when you speak. So what does TWSS stand for? I've seen people use it before.
Talk with sultry sexiness.
Talk with sultry sexiness. I'm 6'4", Kaelin. We met at Dragon Con, Kaelin. You forgot my name. It hurt my feelings. Nagging me. It was terrible.
That's okay. Here's CJ, and this is quality writing right here, boys. That's what she said.
Actually,
Right.
use that line in my latest book, I think. It is quality writing.
It is. The thing is, if you can subvert expectations, 5-5. If you can subvert,
Which
you can
means
use
Rachel is
funny
3-2.
things sometimes.
Quick math.
I would love to use the ass over tea kettle with a donkey standing over a tea kettle at some point.
That's a book cover there.
Exactly.
You knock an ass over tea kettle, and it's an actual donkey standing over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or with a donkey getting knocked over a tea kettle, so it's redundant.
Oh, that's good. That's
So
solid.
meta.
Yeah.
You're completely forgiven, Kaelin. And also, on the question of would I consider doing voice work, the answer is no. Or I could just put it out to everyone else, be like, would you prefer more Quest Academy, or would you prefer voice? Because I, as Michael have said, my work ethic is horseshit. And would you prefer me to do two things badly or one thing badly?
Three things badly.
Three things awful. Man,
Oh, voice.
forgets your name, changes your career.
You've been
Quest
moderating all
Academy's
day.
doing really well. And everyone's like, no, pack it in, bitch. It's time to use the voice.
You accidentally wrote a good book once. Let's not push it.
Quit while you're ahead, dude.
Thank you, Irene. Fans.
Those are the people that don't know you yet.
Somebody's character just got killed off in the second Quest Academy book.
The third one now, Quest Academy 2, is
It's
completely
overdue.
done. So
Yeah.
edits went off this morning.
Yeah.
So, I love your character, Jodan.
Cool.
He was super fun to write.
Good.
Nathan's character is one that I cannot wait to like properly go into. Like it's kind of introduced in book 2, and
I
No.
think
Just so
your
brutal.
friends hate you.
I don't even know who she is. I don't see anything. I don't see anything below 5'2". As in, like, it's essentially just blurs. Like I think if I saw her scalp, I'll be able to recognize her and be like, oh yeah, oh dandruff girl. There you go.
It needs her roots done, lady.
just like a monkey, just being like, "Woo-doo."
You're like, one for me.
So now here's the thing: it's not my only accomplishment. I have successfully duped so many people into thinking I'm lovely. None of them are on this call.
No, my kids love you. My kids love you.
Not on this call.
I think it's because you called somebody a mag. That's true. You called somebody a magpie, and they loved that. That was a great insult, and it was not insult, but an observation that was spot on.
Yeah, as someone that was like shiny.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah,
That describes like
go on
most
to
of us.
character. Galen, I could totally do that.
Yeah, a character that forgets everyone's names the whole time. Like,
Oh no, Galen, you'll die terribly. It's like you will absolutely be a frail young man, and it'll just be like Operation Human Shield. I'm like, I got this, and then I don't got this.
I didn't have it.
You'd be a lesson to everyone else. Don't be Galen.
So let me ask you guys this: have you ever impulsively killed someone by writing? Like you had no intentions of killing a character? And the reason I asked that is because I had a side character that I wanted to tie in later, started writing and just killed him. I mean, it wasn't like in a moment, but it was over the course of like an hour. I realized it kind of needed to happen. So have you ever just killed someone? Or let me rephrase that, because as you're writing, you tend, the more you get to know your characters, the less control you have over them. Am I right in that? Like they sort of have developed their own personality to a point to where they're going to do what they're going to do, and you just have to sort of work around that.
Yeah, I would totally agree with the characters eventually develop a mind of their own, because
Yeah.
you develop these characters and they kind of take over. I mean, they develop a personality, and once they have an action, or once you've set up this personality, the characters have to act based on that personality, not based on your outline, or not
Yeah.
based on what you want to happen. It has to be based on what you've set up to happen. So, yeah, or it has to be based upon what these characters would do in reality, not what you want that to happen. And so,
Yeah.
I did have a character in my book 2 in Threads of Fate that, in the moment, he chose self-sacrifice as opposed to maybe allowing the main character to take a heavy blow. He chose self-sacrifice. It didn't kill him, but it put him out of the story.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily death, but it was close. It was basically death in the story.
Yeah.
And that character may or may not come back later in the series, but it wasn't quite death, but it was pretty much death. And yeah, that was not necessarily intended for that to happen. That was not in the outline. That did happen organically, just because that's exactly what that character would do in that moment. And so, yeah, that's just that you kind of have to go with the flow of what the characters would choose to do, because they have a personality.
That's it. It's funny because I sort of hit a spot where I was writing the character, and then I realized it was easier to write the character because they were well developed at that point, and then it got harder to write them because I had lost control over what it's like there was like a honeymoon period where there was a balance between they were still doing what I needed them to do versus. I mean, it's fun, and I still can obviously make it work, but it's funny when you realize I have less control over this than you like. You remember the movie Misery, and of course the book where she's like forcing him to rewrite this. Can you imagine what a nightmare that is when you've got Kathy Bates cutting your feet off or hitting him with a hammer, depending on what version we're talking about here? I mean, you're having to like force rewrite a dead character back to life. That's fun.
Yeah, it would be so against the reality of the story that it would be, I don't know, it would be so unorganic that it would feel fake.
It'd feel like nonsense.
Yeah, it would make it so much harder to write the story.
Good goat punch. We've been too serious too long. These boys have lost it. They're all over the place here.
Sorry. Question came in.
We're demonstrating
Michael,
your point.
How has your experience with combat affected writing fight scenes? That was the end of the question. So how has that worked?
The fog of war. That's how Brian now fights. Everything's going to have the fog of war in it.
Yeah. It's just like, everyone has respiratory problems.
No, they really don't, Brian. They really don't.
Hey, Sal can't run good. It's always to do that.
I can't run good either, so there you go.
Oh, why do you have to always make it about you?
For those that don't know, Jodan lost a leg in combat.
Well, I didn't lose it. I knew where it went. It went everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Touche, funny man. Yeah. But yeah, so for me, my experiences in combat definitely helped me write fight scenes, because not only was it actual combat, but I spent some time as a combatives instructor in the Army. Like I made it through the level 3 combatives course. And the Army used to actually have a level 4 combatives course. That's not a thing anymore. That was a trial period thing that didn't last very long. And I cracked some ribs in that course. That was awful. But anyway,
yours or someone else's?
No, mine. I cracked mine. And then they got beat on for like 3 weeks. Because it's pass or fail, right? Like if you drop out, even if you have, no matter the reason, if you drop out, you don't get the course credit. So I'm like, I am not willing to go back through this course again. And I want it. I want to pass the course. So I just grinned and bared it. Because, you know what, soldiers, sailors, Marines, we're all the same. We just suck it up and drive on. And then we're in
deal with it in your 50s.
Yep, exactly. Or, your late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
But yeah, no, one of the things that a lot of authors forget to do is to involve all 5 senses. Because in combat, when you're there in real life, all 5 senses are involved. Like taste is a big one, because when you smell things, you can taste it. Another thing is like combat has a natural flow, and as unrealistic as it seems, in a real firefight, in real combat, there are natural pauses. Like there are moments whenever it's like both sides, or even if sometimes there's more than 2 sides, it's like everybody unconsciously just stops and takes a break.
Yeah.
Whether that's everybody's reloading, or everybody's like stopping to see what everybody else is doing, or people are repositioning.
I mean, after like 2 times of almost dying, you need to like assess. And it's just sort of like a mental process of being like, probably should. Wait, what did he say? I didn't even see that.
Is it?
Sixth Sense, I see dead people.
That was good. You should write
I know.
it.
I face He does write.
Yeah.
On Royal Road, but not right now because he's watching us.
Yeah, he's
the next fucking chapter, Ryan. People are reading on Grand System Vending on Royal Road.
Yeah, the system vending machine. Yeah, that's him.
Grand System.
Oh,
vending.
Nice.
Yeah, Grand System vending. Yeah, it's actually really good. It's a really good.
And to add into that, there's a different type of fear that I would almost call primal, and it's not the kind of fear that makes you panic. It's a kind of fear that's very sobering. And it happens sometimes when, in those downtimes, when you realize that was way closer than I expected it to be, or whatever. And so one thing that I've noticed, and having not finished the book, I'm talking on a different level than these guys are. But one thing that I've noticed is that my goal is to make you feel something, to feel tired, to the reader fatigue, to use that reader fatigue in a way, if possible, to make you feel like if you've ever read a Dresden book, by the end of the book, you're like wringing your hands and you need to take a nap because you're as tired as he is, not quite to that level, but to use a little bit of like, you don't think the same way. Things don't, when you're tired, you're way more likely to, cry listening to Hanson in the car or something like that,
Again?
Or
Yeah.
Elicit it.
Or Crash Test.
Wait. I have to address this. Ryan, I apologize for trying to help you achieve your dreams as being a full-time author. I'm so sorry. See, Rachel? I'm not dead and I apologized.
Wow. Yeah, that's oddly specific.
But yeah, eliciting an emotional response is most definitely the goal, I think, of every author. Like that's.
So just on this, like when you said about killing off characters, Quest Academy is going to be a long saga. Okay, so what I want to do is I want you to be emotionally attached to every character, and you can see the signs of certain characters veering off towards a villainous path as time goes off, and then I want you to care about these characters so that when anyone dies, it will be emotional turmoil. Now, who knows who that might be? It might be Divinity. It's probably going to be Divinity. Who knows? Like, it could be anyone. Divinity. Who knows? Didn't see that coming. Ayo.
That's a bait and switch.
Yeah, I know.
It'll
never be Barry. I love Barry too much.
I love how sneaky funny Nathan has been this entire time with the with the stuff across the bottom.
He's not wearing pants. He keeps sending me pictures on Instagram.
I'm responding to all of them.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's just so snappy. Nathan, if anybody hasn't read Nathan's book, I don't know. I feel like Nathan, I feel like Nathan is so underappreciated. Like Nathan Nathan has got the chops, man. He's so underappreciated.
Absolutely. I'm behind
Nobody underappreciates Nathan like Nathan, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm the best.
My goal, yeah, right. My goal is to finish a book so we can just prop each other up.
That's fair.
I like it.
Because he's always like, I wrote something, it's okay. I'm like, shut up, Nathan, it's awesome and you know it. He's like, that's all right.
If we prop each other up, we're a tripod.
Not with me around. It's still a bipod.
But yeah. I only just got the bipod now, Joe.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you don't know which ones are going to die, but it's like that's
It's going to be all of them.
It could be. It's just like, like if the books don't do well, guess what? Heat death, everyone dies.
Well, they always like cancel a show and never do a last season. He's going to write a novella and just individually kill off every character. Everyone gets a chapter. You die here.
It'll be like every chapter title, safe ? Next one, no. Bastion
Is
just
there
decides
hope?
to YOLO into
No. Zero hope.
like asteroid kill.
If you'd bought book 4, book 5 wouldn't be like this. It's like chapter 17.
It's only the loyal readers that will experience that fucking horrible
They
thing.
should have bought 2 books then, huh? Support me in hardback.
Fuck you, Kindle Unlimited.
I'm coming for your children. Oh.
Your children are safe.
To clarify, your children are in no danger from this group. Next group, who knows?
Oh man. But
There's
but
a
yeah,
next
so
group?
but yeah, just to,
Team Quest Apocalypse. Nathan, what are you doing? You have too much time on your.
we're not letting
That's
him
what
talk.
happens when he
so he's
doesn't
just
talk.
doing-
Yeah.
He's been blinking Morse code, being like, "Save me, Darla."
Yeah.
This whole time.
I know. Nathan's been quietly owning the entire panel,
Man.
the entire takeover, whatever it's called.
Oh man.
So we're running over time, but I don't care. So like when Geneva cuts us off, that's when we end.
Yeah.
So she's the villain of this story.
She's the Lorena Bobbitt of this group.
Dakota's next, right? So let's just let everybody vote. Us, stay. Dakota, show up.
Just add Dakota in here. Banter. But yeah, so it's just to give context of the characters in Quest Academy. So Joe Dan is Yosef Bitterwater. And he's like a rune master, as in like, battle wards. So he's kind of like a half healer, half defense, which is really, really fun. Doc Amy from Amy Locomotives is essentially like the what if Sal was really good. That's essentially like, the super crafter that had like his school project was the train they use in Quest Academy.
Oh, wow.
That his school project was that he is legend crafter. We know what Sal is, but the tier, but this is a man that is top of his game. His fucking train, Amy Locomotives, is this fucking vessel of death that literally just kills every demon with fucking drones. And and he's just there like standing at the front.
Demons are like
exactly. And Head's character is Sergeant Head, kind of captain at that sort of rank. And
Makes
he
sense.
is and
he got busted down probably.
he teaches
Over and
resilience. He teaches resilience at the academy, and his ability is that he is the greatest healer in the world. However, he can only heal himself. So his entire thing is that he's like going into fucking red zones by himself, being like, "We got this," and it's like, so he teaches mindset and resilience of like,
God.
yeah, everything's fine.
Because he's done body cultivation through torturing himself so
Yeah.
many times.
It's like battle techniques of like, you let the prowler get your arm and then you bludgeon it to death. What? And it's just like, yeah, keep up, kids.
You literally had a shield. Why would you do that? Yeah,
No,
but
I
he
find
will
that-
let
I
go
find
of the
this-
shield.
yeah.
He won't let go of the arm.
Yeah, I find this to be legit. Yeah.
Will it grow back? Who knows?
Is there a
Spoiler
ghost
alert,
demon?
it doesn't.
Yeah. All right. Well, we were just told to wrap it up, guys.
All right. I had an absolute beautiful evening with you, man.
Goat demon.
Team Goat Demon.
GGD.
Wow.
Rock on. But no, it was an absolute pleasure being with all of you here.
Yeah.
Just all of you should individually get like panels, and then we'll just all four of us just keep doing this.
We'll be back. You can't beat us.
We're gonna game the system.
Everybody go tell Dakota to get off the air so we can come back.
Oh. But say it nicely. He's very
Love you,
sensitive.
Dakota.
Hey, we could all see you guys in the after party.
Absolutely.
Well, we just go to Discord and just go into a fucking video call and just keep this going.
Yes.
Oh, we
Sounds
don't have
good.
time for questions. Where the fuck were you 35 minutes ago, Rachel?
Yeah.
What are you most proud of in your work? I don't know, the friendship we made along the
Geneva, you
way.
just have to pull it out.
Yes.
Nathan said, yeah, but all right.
Yep.
We love you
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Love you guys.
Peace,
See you
love, and
later.
chicken grease. Bye.